What's up YouTube, it's your boy Rory, aka Cusco. Welcome back to another video. Before we get into this video, I got a nice little words to say before we get started by the famous actor Leonardo DiCaprio. Alright, so let me just get those words for you and get started. Leonardo once said, "If you can do what you do best and be happy, you're further along in life than most people are." I chose this topic because I wanted to pursue graphic design career with making posters and designs for music concerts. For example, we got Rolling Loud, we have Bass Canyon, we got DEF CON 1 in Europe somewhere over there. Bass Canyon is over here in like Washington, Seattle, somewhere over there. The connection that it has with me is that I am currently taking graphic design classes in order to get my associate's degree in communication design. Before we get started, before we start today, I want to say another few more words. I'm still in the learning process with becoming familiar with the program's tools that we're going to be using, aka Photopea. It's an alternative for Photoshop for those that are curious about what it is. But other than that, we're going to be talking about what you are going to need, aka your materials. We're also going to be talking about the process and the other alternative of ways to make your thumbnails stand out and catch your viewers' attention to make them want to click on your video. Okay, now that we talked about what you're going to be learning in today's video, let's look at what you're going to be needing. Starting off with the device. First, you're going to want to have either a computer, a desktop, a PC, could be gaming PC, it doesn't really matter. You can have a MacBook, a Chromebook, a Dell workstation. It doesn't really matter what type of device. If you want to learn on your mobile device as your phone, stuff like that, I suggest using Canva. Canva is really good for your mobile device if you don't have a computer or a laptop. But if you want to know what type of specs I have for my PC, I'm gonna be putting everything in the description of the video so y'all can know what type of specs I got for my computer. Okay, the materials needed are going to be a laptop, could be a Chromebook, could be a MacBook, or even a Dell workstation, those old ThinkPads. A desktop or a mobile device, like I mentioned earlier. You can find all of these devices at your local Best Buy or Walmart or Micro Center if there's a Micro Center near you, or shoot, just go on Facebook Marketplace. You'll find a bunch of computers on there. The program we're going to be using today is called Photopea. It's a Photoshop alternative for those that don't want to spend the money in getting the Photoshop subscription. In my opinion, if you're going to be getting Photoshop, it's because you're most likely going to be using it on a daily basis or like constantly. But if you're only going to use Photoshop for like 1 or 2 days, I just suggest getting Photopea. It's free to use, it's free to download. Simply going to photopea.com, you'll be able to find the download link for them in order to use their website without having to constantly go through your browser and looking them up. All right, now that we talked about what type of programs you're going to want to use, let's get on with today's video and show you step by step on how to make your very first logo or your very first thumbnail for YouTube. All right, let's get into this. All right, now that we're here, what we're gonna want to do, right? Okay, so what we're gonna want to do is once you load up Photopea, you're gonna want to start a new project, and from start a new project, we already have what you see here. We got social, print, photo, screen, mobile, ads, and 2N. You're gonna want to go to YouTube, and for the DPI, you're gonna want to set this to 300 DPI, which is pixels per inch, and then from your profile, instead of 8-bit, go to 32-bit. All right, and then create. Once you hit create, you'll be able to see all of this. Let me turn off my camera real quick. You got everything on here. You got from your layers to your channels to your paths. We're not going to be doing much on channels or paths. We're just going to focus on layers today. Okay. And for that, after that, once you have your photopea and your desired canvas, you select your background type, which could be white, could be black, transparent, custom color, don't really matter. After all the settings are set, you're ready to create your first canvas, which is what we have here, the first white canvas. Now that we have our canvas, we're going to start with a picture that we're going to use. The way to get your picture is you open your files folder and want to go with any picture that we want, right? Let's see. This one should be good. For some reason, it doesn't wanna. Okay, it's loading it. Alright. Ah, damn it. Alright. Once we're here, we're gonna grab and drag our photo. We're gonna drop it in. I don't know what's going on with my audio, but we got it. Let me just show these back real quick. I don't know what's happening with my audio. Alright. Photopea. Alright, well, project, YouTube thumbnail, 300, YouTube. Okay, now that we're here, we're gonna wanna pick our picture, which I'm gonna go with Call of Duty Black Ops 3, this one. Alright, I'm gonna get a couple more just to fill in the canvas. It's gonna be these three. Alright. We're gonna go with these. You're gonna wanna expand them a bit more so they could fit. So we don't get a background color for it. And yeah, okay. There we go. We got that set. Okay, now we got these three set, right? Okay, after choosing your pictures, whatever you're gonna use, next thing to do is go to your text prompt, which the text tool is on the side over here. There's our text tool down here, the little T, this one right here. You're gonna want to click it and click wherever you want. Let me just set this to white and set the size to 64. All right, once we get there, we could put our title. We could put revisiting old COD games. And we hit ready. Once we hit ready, all right, let me turn this off. So for this, right, to switch the color of the text, you press this little square up here, right? or if you want to search the size, this is your size right here. This is where what it makes the wording big or small. Right. So this is your to make the words bigger or smaller. We're gonna stick to 64 because 64 is by far one of the best things for it. Right, and we got it right here. We could just scale it up a bit to 158%. Right. You could press on the T tool, or you could just press T on your keyboard for the text prompt to pop up. After choosing, let's see. All right, once that is done, what we're going to do is select the text layer, which is this one right here, the very top one. We're gonna double click it, right? And then once you got your layer style pop up, what you're gonna want to do is add the drop shadow, this little bottom part right here. Make sure you click it on, right? And then once you click on it, this is gonna pop up. This is your drop shadow settings. You're gonna hit it to normal. This is the angle, which is how it's gonna look if you want the shadows to look on this side or the other side. We're gonna want to go on the right side, but since we can't see it on here, we're gonna make it a different color. We're gonna make it white. Okay, so now you can see there's a little drop shadow on the back. You could make it view more or less. We're gonna stick somewhere within here. The distance is like how far you want it from the text. We're gonna try to get it as not too close, not too far away, just so it can make you give like it's like floating over it. The spread is how much you want it, how much you want the drop shadow to show. What we're gonna sit on is at 25%. The size is how much you want it to well, more or less how big you want the drop shadow to look. We could give it a neon look, which is this, but we're gonna stick to 24. Right, once we got that done, we're good to have it. After that, we set the position where we want it. We can have it down here at the bottom, somewhere within the middle, right here. But in our case, we're gonna want to have it on the top, centered. Boom, there it is. And boom, there you go. There's your first ever thumbnail for YouTube. Okay. Is that easy? It's not too complicated. This is what Photopea is for. Making graphic designs like this. Okay. So we got that done. Now, let's work on the alternatives. Which for the alternatives, it's gonna be, let's see what we got first. All right, now that we have our set thumbnails, these are some alternatives you can do to make your creation pop even more and make your viewers curious on what you're going to be talking about. So we could put like our face, or we could probably put like a meme. So let me pull out a meme real quick that we can use for it. All right, now that we got our little meme, we're gonna want to download it, and then we're gonna want to set it on top of this part. So let me just get the little meme real quick. if it wants to download it. Okay, now that we got our PNG, all right, we're gonna want to drag and drop. Same thing we did with the photos. You could drag and drop it right here. So look at corner, angled, and boom. A little more action for it. Ta-da! There you go. Now, if we double click on the picture, we could put outer glow, which is gonna give it like a nice little glowing effect to it. We can make it, let's see, this type of yellow. We're gonna want to put it to normal. Opacity set to max. Now the spread, this is where you could choose where you want it to like show a lot more or show very little. If you want to like put a little opacity to it, you can make the size a lot, stand out a lot, or very little. We're gonna probably want to stick with this much. We're gonna stick to like 10%, 10 pixels for the size, which is gonna make it look gorgeous. All right, let's do a little bit of customization to the text. If I wanna change the color, I go to color overlay, right? I hit it, and then we could go with like, boom. Or yeah, let's go with like a green, like greenish yellow. Boom, we got that. Now if I want to add like outer glow, you hit outer glow as well, and we just switch this to like a darker green. There we go. It's gonna stand out as much as you want. There's so many things you can do on here. You have you got a stroke, which adds like the little black outline to it. Right, you can always add more size to it. Usually what you want to keep it at is like at a 3 or a 4. Keep it at 3, that looks good. 4, decent. You go all the way up to a 6. Boom, there you go. But since we want to see the glow, we're gonna make the opacity a little bit more. And the size we're gonna probably stick to like 13. No, we're gonna probably do 15 for it, so you can still see the glow on it. And boom, there you go. There's your first thumbnail. It's that easy. Very simple, very easy to do. All right, now that we're covered with, now that we went over with what materials you were going to need for the thumbnail, we also covered the steps to take to making your very first thumbnail. Finally, we went over ways to add a little bit more pizzazz or pop to the thumbnail. I would like to close this video with some words again with Leonardo DiCaprio. As he said once more, if you can do what you do best and be happy, you are further along in life than most people. I'm gonna leave that to y'all to do as you please with that information. And yeah, let's see. Oh yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, subscribe. In the future, I'm gonna be doing a little bit more with like in detail with like Canva or like testing out different websites or alternatives for Photoshop if you don't have Photoshop or can't find Photoshop or don't like to use Photoshop. I'm gonna be doing more alternatives on like like Photopea. If you want to see more videos about Photopea, I'll be glad to make more. If you have any questions, leave a comment in today's video. I will happily what's it called, answer. Or if you want to tune into more of the things I do, you can hit up on my Instagram at Pincheruri. Or if you want, I do stream on Kick, well, most of the times at Kuzco, KUZCX, on Kick from 8 p.m. Central Time to 12 p.m. Central Time. If you're more than welcome to stop by and say what's up, hang out, vibe out. And yeah, I stream a variety of games from Call of Duty all the way to Fragpunk, sometimes Apex. It's rare that I'm on Apex. Fortnite, Warzone, Zombies. Probably get into some Call of Duty, Grand Theft Auto RP if you're interested in that. But yeah, leave a like. All right, thank you.